Harry's back in the UK for a 4-day sprint. And this trip? It's not your warm and fuzzy family reunion? No. It's more like he's circling Buckingham Palace, trying to gatecrash a party he was definitely not invited to. From wreath laying that screams "look at me" to charity events that feel a tad too staged, Harry's moves are sparking all kinds of chatter, and not the kind that comes with a royal welcome. Let's zoom in on our main man, Prince Harry, and unpack why. This visit feels like he's shouting into a royal void. Grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dig into this roller coaster of family drama, silent snubs, and a prince fighting to stay in the spotlight. At 40, Harry's still got that rebel prince charm, the cheeky grin, the big heart, but he's traded Buckingham's pomp for Montecito's sunshine, living it up with Meghan Markle and their kids, Archie and Lilibet. Yet, no matter how many California sunsets he's got, the UK keeps pulling him back like a magnet. He landed in London on September 8th, and the tabloids went wild. Why? This isn't some cozy royal homecoming. It's what some are calling a fake royal tour, a string of solo gigs with zero love from the palace. No official invites, no warm handshakes, just stone-cold silence from the royal crew. And when the firm goes quiet, it's louder than a megaphone. Harry kicked things off by laying a wreath for his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, on the 3rd anniversary of her passing. Subtle? Not a chance. It was a bold, calculated move, a neon sign screaming, "I'm still a prince, still part of this family." But with the public mostly shrugging and the palace staying mum, it feels like Harry's playing to an empty room. Now, let's talk about the big one. King Charles III, Harry's dad. With Charles battling cancer since early 2024, you'd think a father-son meetup would be top of the list, but nope. Charles is up in Scotland, quietly mourning his mom, while Harry's in London, shaking hands and working the crowd. There's buzz about a possible secret meeting, but let's get real. If it happens, it's not about warm fuzzies, it's about damage control. The palace knows Harry's presence is like tossing a match into a pile of tabloid kindling. One wrong move and the headlines erupt, tanking their approval ratings. Harry's been open about wanting to reconnect, especially after his gut-punch BBC interview in May where he said, "I don't know how much longer my father has." That hit like a ton of bricks. But the palace? They're not biting. If there's a chat, it'll be locked down tighter than Fort Knox, because Charles isn't about to let Harry's spotlight steal the show. Then there's Prince William, Harry's big brother, who's dodging him like a pro. William's calendar during Harry's visit is jam-packed. Mental health events, charity visits, you name it. Random? Hardly. Those dates were set in stone ages ago, and if there was even a sliver of free time, you can bet it's been filled. William's not playing the let's hug it out game. The rift between these two is deeper than a royal moat, built on years of grudges, from schoolyard spats to Harry's bombshell memoir Spare. Insiders say William's drawn a hard line, and Harry's stuck on the outside, looking in. It's gotta hurt watching your brother shine as the future king while you're out here playing royal for a day, hoping someone cares. And let's not dodge the cash question, because it's real talk. Harry and Meghan's Montecito lifestyle isn't cheap, and those big Netflix bucks aren't flowing like they used to. So when Harry pops up at the Well Child Awards, a charity he's backed for 17 years, you can't help but raise an eyebrow. He gave a killer speech, calling the kids absolute superstars, and tossing in a cheeky bit about binge-watching Netflix with Meghan. The crowd loved it, but the timing? Suspiciously perfect. Cameras flashing, Harry front and center. It's a PR slam dunk. No one's saying he doesn't care about the kids, but let's not kid ourselves. This is also about keeping the Sussex brand alive. Meanwhile, Meghan's chilling in California, nowhere near this UK drama. Some say it's about security. Harry's still sore over losing that legal fight for taxpayer-funded protection. Others say it's pride. Either way, her staying home feels like a power move. She's letting Harry face the royal storm solo, and that speaks volumes. Harry's, stretching this trip like he's waiting for a miracle invite. He swung by Nottingham, hitting up the community recording studio, a nostalgic nod to his and Meghan's first joint engagement in 2017. He hyped up local programs like Epic Partners, chatting with influencers and mentors, and preaching resilience, like it's his life's mission. Locals were thrilled, with one organizer saying they were blown away by his visit. But every step feels like Harry's trying to rewrite his narrative to prove he's still the people's prince. Problem is, the people aren't as sold anymore. That security lawsuit left a sour taste. Harry calling the UK too dangerous for his family while jetting in alone doesn't add up. The public still got Spare, the Oprah chats, and the Netflix series burned into their brains. They're over it. The sympathy's fading, and this wreath-laying, charity-hopping tour feels like a desperate grab for relevance. The royal snub is ice-cold and deliberate. Whispers say William's team timed his schedule to dodge any chance of a Harry run-in, no awkward photos, no forced smiles. Charles, up in Scotland, is grieving far from Harry's orbit. It's like the firm's saying, "We're done." Harry's pouring his heart out, but it's not sticking. He wants to fix things, but you can't burn a bridge and then demand a rebuild. There's talk he dreams of bringing Archie and Lilibet to the UK, maybe even sliding into some honorary role. But that's a fairy tale. The palace doors are locked tight, and the public's not chanting for a comeback. So, what's next for Harry? This trip feels like a plea for a reset, but the royal family doesn't do public therapy. They don't vibe with camera-ready redemption arcs. Harry's knocking louder each time, hoping a wreath or a speech cracks the door open. But the script's already written. The firm's moved on, and Harry's still outside, chasing a role that's long gone. Will he keep trying? Bet on it. That spark, that need to belong, is still there. But for now, he's a prince without a stage, and it's a tough watch. Thanks for diving into this with me, gang. Hit that like button, subscribe for more royal tea, and drop a comment. Will Harry ever win back the firm? Stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.